I'm going to go ahead and bring up the first comic, but I'm going to need a ton of energy because my comics deserve it. Coming to the stage right now, and I'm sorry I don't have the music, so we're going to go without that, but we're still bringing you up with a ton of energy. Bringing up, I forget the name he's using these days. Real Rich, coming to the stage. The very handsome Real Rich.
Thank you, Tony, thank you. How's everybody doing? All right, let's get this started, man. In 1975, my heroin-addicted mother from Compton, California, named me Rick James. She gave me that name, thought that was a good idea. And it worked out real well for a lot of years. A lot of years I could just go, hey, how you doing? I'm Rick James. You know what I'm saying? Till about 2001, when I became Rick James Bitch. That shit did not work well for me, man. Then I had to get out of Compton. I moved to Henderson, Nevada. It's a small town just right next to Vegas. And I went to a high school called Basic High School. Basic High School. They had nothing else to do, so they painted a B on a mountain behind me. You know, behind the school. So coming from Henderson and Compton, I really only know about two things. And that's methamphetamines and barbecue. That is it. That's all I know about. So going out there trying to get a job, man, it was not easy. I mean, just picture it, man. They put the application in front of me, man, and I'm like, all right, first question, name. I got this. Oh, fuck, Rick James. All right, well, they'll understand. Then it goes to basic education, right? Basic education, I have to write down basic high school. At that point, I get real discouraged. I start thinking of jokes to do at night. So then it goes to hobbies and activities and past experiences. And I gotta write meth and barbecue. And that shit does not work out. And that's how you become a comedian, man. Right there. You in the front. Because you look real funny. Yeah. You used to wrestle? You did? For real? Pro wrestle? Oh, you never made it to the pros, huh? You lost the dream. It's the only sport where people don't try to make it to the pros. I got 3 cards in my wallet right now, man. I got my driver's license, I got my medical marijuana card, and I got my EDD card. EDD card, for those of you who don't know, is unemployment. Now out of the 3 cards, I'm gonna let all of you guess which one's suspended. And I take these 3 cards to the medical marijuana shop, you know, and they judge you there. They judge you by these 3 cards. Oh, he's got an EDD card. That's all he's got is these 3 cards. And like everybody else there, when they're getting their weed, man, they go through a whole process. They pick it out with chopsticks because it's so precious. And they hold it up under the light and they point out to the people, look at this weed. Look how beautiful it is. Look at the crystals on it. It's got 900 trichomes. This weed is from the Himalayan mountains and cures cancer. And then they put it in the bag and give it to them. When I come in there, they literally hand me a jar of shake and a spoon. And are like, thanks for calling ahead, Rich. We know you got to get out of here. That shit sucks. What really trips me out about the weed spot is like, okay, it's just weed. Those have been around in people's houses for 100 years. But they got these security guards now at the weed spot. These aren't normal security guards. These guys got on camouflage pants, okay? They got a bulletproof vest. They got a belt like Batman with everything on it, a taser, mace, cuffs, hairdryer, everything you could think of. They got combat boots with their pants tucked into the boots. Some special military thing I don't even know about. And it got me to thinking, man, security guard's supposed to have a shirt, maybe with a collar. Like, that's how I know you're the boss of the security guards, because you got the collar shirt, but you got like a t-shirt that says security and a flashlight. That's all you need. What other minimum wage job like that do you see people going in and dressing all like they're trying to be something they're not? Like, you never go into McDonald's and see a dude come in with a chef suit on and some $1,000 knives talking about, no, today I'm going to invent some stuff. We're going to take it to the next level. I'm making West Coast French toast. I'm making everything I can make, man. You never see that, ever. I got a vegan girlfriend, and that's weird, because it means I really just don't eat. I'm not going to eat what she eats, and she don't really cook that much for me. because it would involve meat and cheese, and so I don't eat. And she got a little son, man. I call her son the little soy boy, because that's all he eats. And he's a cute little man, but you know, when we're trying to have sex, he's always knocking on the door. Like, he'll wake up and just know we're having sex. And sometimes it's just at the wrong moment, like, and he'll knock on the door, Mommy, Mommy, I'm thirsty. Mommy, Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, Mommy, I want the TV. Like, at the third time, man, I get frustrated. I get really frustrated. So I pull the strap on out and I chase him around the room with it. Chase him all over the place with a dookie strap on. My mother, I was telling you about her before. That's true spit right there. She was a heroin addict, and she went to prison a number of times in my life. And it was crazy because every time she would get out of prison, first I was in Compton, then I was in the projects in Henderson, she would come out with a new style. So the first time she was locked up, she got out, and she was country western, like completely, like yeehaw. And she dressed me up in a cowboy hat, I'll never forget, and a Harley Davidson t-shirt and some little boots, and sent me out to the projects for my very first ass whipping. The second time she got out, this is no lie, she got out a white supremacist skinhead, like Nazi, Heil Hitler, we're the greatest race but we lose every war, fucking. And I was like, okay. And she dressed me, I'm not fucking shitting you, she dressed me in another Harley Davidson t-shirt, some like leather jeans, like some boots, and drew a swastika on my wrist for my second ass whipping. That was a good time. Now the third time she got out, she was converted to an R&B singing Christian black lesbian with a girlfriend named Taco that looked like Joe Frazier. Exactly like Joe Frazier. If you know your boxing, Joe Frazier's a very dark, like brutish man. But that was cool because I finally had a dad. You know what I'm saying? I finally had a dad. And like, I was about 16 at the time and I'd already got jumped into the gang, and she helped me to register my firearm. She's like, you're white, you're gonna register your gun. So I was the only one in the gang with a registered firearm, and that worked out well. A lot of times, I like to go back to Compton, and it's fucked up, because if you go to Compton, especially at night, and you're white, the police pull you over first. It's like reverse racism, because they think you're going to get drugs, you know? Now I am, but I don't want them to just think that. You know, I don't like it that they just think that. But they pull me over, and I got suspended driver's license like I mentioned earlier. So I had to come up with a way to get out of this. I mean, it was costing me money and tickets. So here's what I do when I'm in Compton at night and the police come to pull me over. I see them behind me, you know, I see them make that U-turn to follow me. And now all I do is I slam on the brakes as hard as I can, and I jump out of the car real mean before they jump out with their guns. And I just start yelling at them. What the fuck, man? Are you serious right now? There are only 6 of us white dudes in Compton, and you thought I wasn't a cop? I've been working on this fucking case for 6 months, and you're fucking ruining it right now. I get away with that sometimes, you know. I really do. It took a while, but I finally achieved the goal of having the anal sex for the, you know, I wanted to try it. And the way I did it was, I was like, you know, we both don't like condoms, and this shit gets scary sometimes. So, you know, sometimes let's try that, because that's a good form of birth control. And now that worked out. What's fucked up is I didn't tell her I had a vasectomy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I got that battle coming. As soon as she finds out about that, that's not gonna be good. I told y'all earlier she's a vegan, man. And being a vegan, I really don't eat anything. Well, she's the vegan, I'm not a vegan. The reason I don't eat anything is because you can't fucking order from anywhere with a vegan. Think about it. They can't even eat honey, because that comes from bees. So you're hurting the fucking bees, right? So like, I'll try to go and get food. And you know, if you got a girlfriend, I see a couple of you people got girlfriends, you can't just go out and get some delicious food without getting her food. That's an ass whipping, you know? So, yeah, we just sit there and argue. Well, can I go to Carl's Jr.? Now, if you add being a vegan with somebody's dislikes, you can't eat. There's nowhere we can order from. And I'm too embarrassed to order a pizza with no cheese. That's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. I want y'all to know I'm wearing this hat because I cut my head shaving it. Yeah, and I couldn't do that. I had a girlfriend, my first girlfriend. You know, you get to be in fifth grade, right to going to junior high, and you start having these feelings, you know, you want to get a girl. And I had these feelings. Problem is, the only male role model I had in my life was called a Big Brother, from the Big Brother program. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but when there's little poor kids running around, they try to assign them to like some random male to fucking give them some guidance. Problem is, this dude showed up on a motorcycle. Think about it. I'm a little boy getting on the back of this dude's motorcycle. Okay, he was a molester, people. That's what he was. I knew this because when we went back to his house after I rode on a motorcycle and I was holding on this jacket and he said no like this and had me put my arms around him. When we got back to the house and his wife was all mad at him. Like apparently she knew too. That shit did not work out well. But he had me saving a lot of money for a phallic symbol rocket that we were gonna build and launched into the air. And he didn't like that I wasn't doing it, so he turned me back. He rejected. I got rejected from the Big Brother program. And he turned me back in. And I still had all this money for this rocket. And I had this girl that I liked, you know? So, on the last day of 5th grade, I got an envelope and wrote her a little love note. I like you, Michelle.